What's up, y'all? It's Prez from the Strickland. Wanted to drop a quick video about RJ Barrett's driving versus Cleveland. So he had a great series. We know this. Big reason why the Knicks were able to mop up the Cavs despite Julius Randle being hurt. One thing I want to talk about that stood out to me was his driving and his passing, right? RJ's a slasher. He's really good at driving. He's been good at that all year. His problem has always been what he does with the drives. Doesn't pass often, takes bad shots often. But he didn't do that in this series. In game one, he had 6 assists and a couple of other great passes that were not considered assists. They were hockey assists or just good passes that didn't result in a basket. And 4 of those assists were in transition. The other 2 were like fake assists where he passes it, somebody dribbles and does a bunch of stuff, and RJ got the assist anyway. Despite that, thought it was his best passing game of the season. Then they lost game 2, and then games 3 through 5, I thought were even better passing games, way better than game 1. And I clipped all the good passes off of those drives from those games to show y'all exactly what I mean. I want to talk a little bit about why Cleveland may have contributed to unlocking some of this passing. So for reference, RJ drives 11 or 12 times a game, passes on about 28% of those drives during the regular season, which is super low. Only guys who do that are SGA and Ja Morant, 2 of the best scorers. Most other players on the Knicks and around the league pass out around 40% or higher, because if you don't have a good shot, you want to pass the ball to your teammates, especially if they're open. So let's see a video on what Cleveland did and how they might have helped RJ unlock something that he can keep going versus Miami. Here, they're forcing him right, and he decides to just embrace it. That's something that was very rare, and you'll see this multiple times in the video. It requires him to pass almost right-handed, two-handed, but look at that. Throws a dart. He also, if you run it back, you see they often abandon shooters above the break, higher than the free throw line. That makes it easier for RJ. So we're just going to go through some of these. Here, easy driving kick on the 4-on-3 after they trap Brunson. That's the kind of pass that'll be there on zone defense there. Another drive kick to Obi from deep in the paint. Very rare from him. Another one, 1 foot in the paint, drives out to Jalen. Some of these are coming pretty fast, but there's just that many of them. Deep into the paint. Finds Ihart, the release fob. Ihart with the rare air ball floater, but great pass. He was hunting. Pump, attacking the closeout, and then attacking the corner. Hockey assist. Another one to Mitch. Didn't work out, but great pass. Here they force him right. He embraces it and still gets to his left, finds the cutter. Didn't work out, but telling you, he was hunting the pass. He ended up passing almost 45%, which for comparison is about what Quickly usually, how often Quickly usually passes out of his drives. He had more good passes out of drives in games 3 through 5 than in what feels like months of regular season play. And given the wings on the Heat, none of whom are good at defense aside from Jimmy, who will probably be on Jalen a lot, he's going to have chances to score or pass. This one's going right to Deuce. Rejects the screen. Middle. Obi gets stripped, but again, it's taking what the defense gives rather than resetting and then taking up another 10 seconds to drive left, something he did a lot in the regular season, but hardly did in this series. In the regular season there, he would have moved back and restarted the play, but instead, just moved the ball. And this compilation doesn't even have any lobs, and we know he's the best drive-in lobber on the team. RJ screening and then driving is another wrinkle. If they do ball pressure Brunson, we have that weapon now. So yeah, that's what it is. Hopefully we see more of that versus Miami. And then for the rest of his career, because to me that's a game-changing habit. If he becomes a slasher who passes, it opens up his finishing. Shot 57% on drives, over 10% higher than in the regular season. Creates opportunities for his teammates to hit threes. Cascade effect. This is big stuff.